Guess the way I learned the value of a dollar is because no one had any dollars at that time. A quarter was like $5 is today. So as a result, we had to cash bottles as we were kids, save bottles, save up enough money to be able to go to the show and do other things. So therefore, we all got jobs in the bowling alley setting up pins, put our ages up as if we were 16, so that we could set up pins all evening long till 12 o'clock at night, so that at the end of the week we would make, let's say, $6 or $7 after spending that kind of time. The community that I grew up in, the biggest part of the community that we knew was in the maybe 5-6 block area that circled around Dixwell and Webster, Dixwell Avenue, Webster Street, which is where the Elks Club is today.
Yes.
That area, within, say, an 8-block area, was the majority of the black community at that time. We called it the Negro community at that time. So when you went past Munson Street towards Hamden, you felt kind of uncomfortable. When you went past over here Beaver Pond Park, out towards Westville, you didn't feel too comfortable except going to the Whaley Theater. And when you went past Mansfield Street, you weren't too comfortable. And also when you started going downtown. Because then when you were over in that area, if it wasn't high noon or something, and it started getting dark, you got questioned. Why are you over here? What's going on? That kind of thing. So that was our area growing up in New Haven, really. Our central schools at that time were Baldwin School, Winchester School as a kid. As we got a little older, Troop Junior High School and Bassett were our schools. And the other schools were really not in our area of circulation. Dixwell Q House was our hangout in the wintertime because it was cold out. In the summertime, our hangout was Beaver Pond Park and the Project Playground. I guess some of the biggest challenges were trying to get contracts, trying to be recognized as a real contractor. My father had broken that pretty good. But for us at that time, some of the other national companies were coming around, some of the larger companies were coming around, and as a result, being a black business person, when you sat down and talked about a contract that was $30,000 a year, a lot of times the people that actually managed the money weren't quite comfortable with that kind of a money, with that kind of a contract or those kind of dollars going to that kind of company. So as a result, you had to do a better job, make sure you did a better job, be on time, and try to make sure that the quality was there all of the way. The other problem was right when the Korean War was going on and there was no help. Places like Pratt Whitney and whatnot were in town putting up employment, hiring everybody and anybody. So as a result, there was almost no quality help. My father went through that in World War II also. And on top of that, the help you did get was usually the kind of help that you had to really hustle to make sure that it worked out. So those are some of the challenges that we went through. I think a lot of it was what he called guts, and a lot of it was that back in those days, minorities weren't in the jobs where they can say, I'm going to be earning XYZ thousands of dollars a year. Then most was, how much am I getting an hour? So as a result, there were more people of quality available. Because a lot of the people that are nowadays would probably, in today's market, look for the jobs where they can say, okay, I'm in a career job.
Yes.
Those people were more available then because it was the case everybody hustling for employment. So as a result, you got a lot better quality people. Not that our people are any less qualified now than they were then, but I mean that because the jobs were so scarce, and those kind of jobs where you call blue-collar jobs today, they were scarce to our people. So as a result, it was much easier for companies that were labor-intensive to get that kind of that quality type help to be there and work, and people that cared. I guess I discovered a vision for my life very young when I was working for my father, just coming out of school, looking around for other jobs, When your father has a business and you've already been in it, you don't want any part of it. It's like, I want to get a real job, work for somebody else, because that's all you've heard is this, this, this. So my vision for life was really getting outside, going outside, working someplace else, doing something else. At the time, I thought about school, but I got married very early. And after going out and really knocking on almost every door looking for a job, I kept finding myself back at my father's job and doing odd jobs. Okay. So my vision for life after a while got to be, I'm going to see if I can make this company grow. You know, this is a job. This is a job. Let me see if I can make this into a real job. So my vision for life got to be trying to make that a real job. And then what happened is so many people started coming looking for jobs. So after a while, part of the vision got to how many people that don't have work can we hire? And also the people that came to the company, some out of jail, some that didn't have a job, some that had a very good job, but some wanted part-time work. And then seeing them in a couple of years where all of a sudden now they're working for one of the larger corporations with some of the same skills we taught them. And that became a kind of a proud feeling. Some of the goals that I'm sharing right now is what you call some of the stuff that you're doing that we're talking about right now. That empowerment? Yes. Right now I'm working with the Community Outreach Center here. The Community Outreach Center here, in my opinion, is probably one of the major boons to our community, because when I was growing up, we always kept saying, well, we're going to have such and such a thing. It's going to be at the Oddfellows Hall. Or it's going to be downtown. We got to go to the Omni. Not the Omni then. It was the hotel downtown in New Haven, Tap Hotel, other places like that when you wanted to have something, Seven Gables. And the dream was, if we only had a center where we could have our marriages at, that we could do things at. Okay, I saw this as that when I found out what it was developing into. And so one of the goals is to try to make this a center where people are proud. People can come here. And now the feeling of the people in New Haven is that this belongs to the community, not just to Bethlehem Church, and it does. Okay. That's one of the things. The other thing that I'm doing, I'm working with a lot of contractors. We have something called the Greater New Haven Coalition of Contractors. This is a group of mostly minority contractors that are doing all types of renovations. Some of them are working for some of the larger organizations, Housing Authority, Yale University, school system, and other large contractors, and other large contractors. And as a result, they're beginning to form a bond between each other. They begin to trust each other. And there's about 25 of us that meet on the second and fourth Wednesday at 6:30 in the evening. We had a meeting last night. These guys are sharing work. They're doing an awful lot of things, and their income has grown tremendously, they tell me, from being able to cooperate with each other. Subcontract. When one gets a job, all of the rest of them feel like, I got a job, because they share it. I guess one of the bigger things that's different is that now we are not as, I don't want to use the word segregated. I think now we are more affluent in our thinking. I think we're a little more generous in our thinking. I don't think we have what they used to say, crabs in the barrel thinking. Today, like we had it then. I think when you see someone now, you're not looking at them as somebody who cannot succeed. I think we feel that nowadays when you see someone, you may see them in jeans, right? And it might be the fact that they just aren't doing what they professionally do today. But this guy is a professor someplace. This guy is a professional athlete. This guy is a successful funeral director. This guy is a successful contractor. But we're all together in one setting because we all have the same sort of goal.